There we go. I got a new microphone. It's really sensitive. Dang it. Oh, okay, yeah, blue. It used to be a blue. Oh my god, my guinea pigs are going crazy. Piggies! Piggies! Hi, everybody. Hi, buddy. Bub, you hear the guinea pigs? My son is one here. Why are you in bed? Don't you have school tomorrow? Give me like 2 minutes, guys. Hi, Piggy. I'm getting all my equipment together. Hold on. Hi. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I got to switch this microphone. I think I have COVID, so sorry that I sound so bad. My head is pounding. 2 seconds, I'll be right back. No, I didn't have it checked, but my brother did, and he's positive, and I was with him for the last, like, 3 days, and I feel like crap. This would be the second time I had COVID, so. Can you just hear me better with this microphone? I don't even have my headphones in. Awesome. I gotta go grab my headphones. Hold on. Is that link I posted clickable? Oh, your grandma had COVID. My whole family had COVID. My mom, my dad, my kids, my nephew. My head's starting to hurt like hell. It did before, real bad, like migraines. Okay, great. I wonder what that is. Yeah, I felt like I was fine, and I started feeling worse and worse as the day went on. So now I'm like, ugh. I'm just miserable. If my head wouldn't hurt so bad, I'd be fine. The link is to join a panel, which means you would hop on, and how you can hear me, everybody would hear you too. It's like a discussion room. Do you understand what I'm saying? I never realized how bad my ADHD was until I tried to make a video. I got 50 half videos on my computer. Yeah, like the link, you would click the link and it would bring you in the StreamYard and you'd be in the waiting room. And when I enter you in, you would go into the broadcast, and where my little thing is, my symbol, the jab, yours would pop up and I could hear you and everybody else could hear you too. Yeah, half videos, like unfinished, half made. Did anybody get any snow? Yesterday, day before, we got snow a lot. Well, a lot for us. Not edited, half made completely, not just edited. I started, then I had to stop to do something, and then I started on a different topic, and I stopped to do something. Oh, you're getting more snow where you at? I think we're supposed to get snow too, Thursday night into Friday. I hate snow. Oh my God, I hate snow. I'm a winter baby too. Like, my birthday's in a couple days, and I hate snow. My son, his birthday's a couple days after mine. He loves snow. Did you all watch the video? Ohio. Oh, no snow? I figured Ohio would get snow. Oh. I need to move somewhere warm, like Florida, or the Bahamas, or Key West. I hate being cold in general. I like it when I sleep though. When I sleep, I like to be free. I turn my air conditioner on at night. That might be another reason why I'm sick. I turn my air conditioner on and freeze the whole house. So did any of you watch the video? Yeah, always summer, that's where I need to go. Did any of you watch the video that the discussion me and my brother on dying with dignity? That was actually the first video I ever made. And Josh edited it amazingly. I actually rewatched it with the edit and cried. So yeah, I can't stay on topic to say much. I told you I have ADHD really bad. My brother too. It's hard for me to stay on one topic because once I get to another, it just drifts into one topic, into another topic, into another topic. I try my hardest to stay in one thing. But yeah, like that was just a discussion me and my brother were having in a car. Like just a discussion, sitting there talking. And yeah, like when I made this channel, the whole thing was to make this channel on controversial topics that nobody else wants to talk about. Respectfully discuss them, because everybody has a right to their own opinion. You know, opinion is just that, an opinion. You know, an opinion isn't a right or wrong. Or, you know, it's my opinion, just my view. And you don't have to agree with my view. I don't have to agree with your view. But everybody should at least respect everybody's views, you know? So I did that one because it's a little, I mean, it's controversial, but a little less controversial than some other topics that I want to do. But I have to be careful because YouTube is very, very touchy right now. Like, there's certain words you're not allowed to say. There's certain, just in general, topics, anything that offends anybody, or it's very touch and go, you know? You're not allowed to talk about whatever you want to talk about. You're only allowed to talk about what they allow you to talk about. So, but since I'm such a small channel, maybe they won't bother me. It's not like I'm gigantic and monetized or anything like that. I think I get like 70 subscribers or something like that. So well, some people think it's controversial. Some people completely do not agree with anything like that. You know, especially like when I give my views about me and my brother, how we have the notes that if I'm to get like that or he's to get like that, we're to put each other out of our misery. Some people weren't too happy with that, but I was just being honest. We have letters and they're signed, and it's like a last will and testament, I guess, living will. So after my grandfather passed away with Lou Gehrig's disease, me and my brother both sat down and said, I don't want to live like that ever. You know, that was one of the hardest things I've ever seen. Delete comments more. Why don't you touch subjects? Yeah. But yeah, like, I don't know. I'll try to keep it not so opinionated, you know, like not just my opinion, you know. And we discussed like both sides of the fence, and you know, and like I said, it's just my opinion, my brother's opinion. Robots do follow me all the time. But yeah. So, what do you guys think? I mean, what side do you think? What's your opinion? What is your view on assisted suicide or dying with dignity? What's crazy is, when I was little, I'm old, but when I was little, there was a doctor. His name was Dr. Kevorkian. I don't know if any of you ever heard of Dr. Kevorkian. And he used my age. Well, that's the thing. Myself? You think I should kill myself? You ain't that lucky. That's the thing. Where do you draw the line, though? Do you draw the line at, you know, I mean, there is stipulations, there's rules and stipulations, of course. You know what I mean? It's got to be a terminal illness. It can't be the flu or anything like that. It's got to be a uncurable terminal illness. So, oh, you think I shouldn't kill myself? I'm not killing myself. I mean, if I get like that, I definitely will. But, right, if you have a terminal illness, there comes a point when it's, I don't know how to describe it. I've watched both my grandparents pass away from terminal illness. And towards the end, there's a point where I prayed and prayed for God to just take them. And I don't know if that makes me selfish or it sounds ignorant, but I prayed. My grandmother wanted to die. She stopped eating. She just withered away to nothing. She was ready to go. She refused chemo. She had cancer. She refused chemo. She just laid in bed, refused to get up, and just wanted to die. You know, I don't think anybody should have. Yeah, she starved herself. That's what happened. She starved herself to death. I don't think she. I mean, they ruled it cancer, of course, but she basically starved herself to death. You know, and that's the thing. My husband's father passed away with cancer. He had cancer all through his body, and he was on hospice. And hospice basically starved him to death. So what's the difference? You know, for 2 weeks he wasn't allowed to have no food, no water, just morphine. I mean, who wants to live like that? So you're starving. It got to the point where he couldn't even close his eyes. Like, it was like to the point where you didn't know if he was dead or not until you went over and like touched him. I don't want my kids. Oh my God. I wouldn't even take my son around them because I was so afraid he would scare the crap out of my son. So I was like, no. I mean, he kind of scared me a little bit. But, excuse me, he withered away till he was skin and bones. And, like, even when he was sleeping, his eyes were awake. I mean, his eyes were open. He couldn't close his eyes. It was just like a film over his eyes. He couldn't close his eyes. Like, it was miserable. It was miserable. Like, and then when he was like passing, we were at Walmart. Me, my husband, and my mother-in-law. We were at Walmart, and my husband's little brother was him. He's not young. When I mean little, he's in his 30s. And he called and said, "Dad's making a weird noise. You need to come home. Dad's making a weird noise." Well, it was like a death rattle. So we fly home, and I'm like, oh my goodness, you know. And his mother goes in the back room. I guess she couldn't be out there to deal with it. So like, I held my husband's dad's hand while he passed. And I mean, she did say her goodbyes. They all said their goodbyes. And then I cleaned him up, and then I dressed him, and then I called hospice and everything for the coroner to come and remove him and give me time of death. Well, I actually had to give him time of death. Then they made me drunk. All the drugs down the toilet, which is not a good thing. I don't know why they did that. They should have just collected them. It's not ever good to dump drugs down your waterways. But and that was it. You know, they took him and everything. But in reality, I mean, I feel before he got to that way, he should have been able to make the choice on his own, whether he wanted to go out on his own or just wither away. Because I know him, and I know, we call him Fish, would never choose to go out like that. He was a big, strong man. When he passed, I could probably pick him up myself. He looked like one of them starving kids in like in Africa, like nothing but bones. Like you see his cheekbones and just it was horrible. It was scary. Like I don't know. I don't think anybody should have to live like that. You know. And they're making all this fuss about, you know, you can euthanize your dog. It's humane. It's inhumane to let your animal suffer. But it's inhumane to put your relatives out of their misery. Well, that's the thing. It's really not assisted. It's not. what happens is the doctor gives you a pill. I think it's 2 pills that you take. Go to the pharmacy like it was an antibiotic. You pick it up, you take it home. It's got to be in a lockbox, I believe. And from that date on, you can take it whenever you want. And all it does is put you to sleep. And that's it. It's not painful. It's not like being in an electric chair or lethal injection or anything like that. You fall asleep like if they would give you anesthetic, and then that's it. You just don't wake up. You know, a guy watched his wife do it. She was young too. I don't remember what her first name is, but her last name's like Maynard or something. Brittany Maynard, maybe. And it's in my video. And she chose a day. She had brain cancer, and her husband said, I was right there with her. You know, she took it about 30-40 minutes. You know, she was tired. She went to sleep and gracefully passed away. You know, he didn't have to do anything. She chose that. He didn't have to give her anything. She did that on her own. When I say assisted, it means, I guess, assisted with the help of, you know, narcotics, assisted with drugs or whatever. So, I mean, it's like anything else. There's a point of no return. Once you do it, you do it. You know, but people say that's just regular suicide. Right, you're absolutely right. That's why you have to go, you can't just go and ask for this. You have to be mentally evaluated. You have to be like socially evaluated. It's a lot of procedures. It's not like, oh, I have cancer, doctor gave me 5 years, I'm just gonna take this and die. You know? But that's the thing. Some people think it is suicide. Well, it is suicide. But the thing is, should it be illegal or legal? Yes, it is suicide. You're ending your life prior to your life running its course. It is suicide. But morally, is it okay? There is a place in Switzerland where you can go. A lot of places have that. Right, what about hell? Right, depending on what you believe in. A lot of Christians and Catholics and stuff like that are completely against it. You know? But to each is their own, you know? You have to deal with your choice. You know? Here, someone can't judge you here. Like, I heard a judge say one time, somebody got the death penalty, and the person said, you're killing me for something, you're judging me. And the judge said to him, here, I'm not the judge of your soul, I'm the judge of your actions. You know, I judge on actions, not your soul. Hopefully when I go, you know, God shows pity on me, the judge said. You know, that's another thing. I mean, I guess it all certain things are for certain people. Like I said, you know, there's right now I think it's number 1 and number 2 death cause of teenagers is suicide between the ages of 12 and 25. It's like the number 1 cause of teen deaths is suicide. And there's nothing, I mean, physically wrong with it. That's a mental issue. But you wouldn't dare tell one of their parents, oh, your child's in hell. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Right. There's always going to be people on both sides of the fence. I did too. I used to be an addict. I OD'd one time. Out like a light. Gone. And I woke up in a hospital with tubes down my throat, clothes cut off of me, and not knowing gone. Blue. Thank God somebody got me to the hospital in time for them to save me. It wasn't too late, I guess. But I jumped up after they hit me with, after they gave me like a bunch of Narcan. This is when fentanyl, I don't know if any of you know about drugs, but this is when fentanyl just hit the streets. And wow, it took me out fast. And when I woke up, I looked around, it was crazy. But while I was going, it was like the most vivid dream ever. I was in a kaleidoscope. All the colors and shades. And it started real vibrant and dark. Like maroons and navies and emerald greens. Again, as I kept going, it kept getting brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter. And then the next thing you know, I was like, and I had a tube down my throat so I couldn't talk. So the doctor pulled a tube out of my throat. I grabbed my coat and ran out the hospital. Like, after taking all the things off, they're like, you can't leave. I was like, I gotta go. And I hopped on a bus. And I came home. Still like nodding out on the bus all the way home. Yeah. And from that day on, I was like, it could be a dream. Yeah, that's true too. It's true too. Oh, absolutely. There's gonna be people on both sides, always. It's never gonna be a majority rules kind of issue. Well, yeah, majority rules maybe, but it's never gonna be 100% yes, 100% no. But that's the issue. So just because you don't agree with it, I should have to suffer? You know what I mean? You don't agree with it, then don't do it. But why should I have to suffer? The same with this stupid shot. You want to get the shot, that's your choice. It's all you. I should have a choice. That's the whole point of living in America. I live in America because we have rights, and well, we used to anyway. But what you eat don't get me full. So why do you get to choose what I do with my life? Something like that isn't really affecting anybody but me. I'm going to die regardless. I'm already sick and dying. It's not like I'm normal and fine and I say I want to take this pill and die. I've already been diagnosed with a terminal disease. I'm close to my death anyway. I just can't take the pain anymore. There's, that. It's not like a controversy like abortion. Abortion does affect other people. You know what I mean? This affects emotionally it might affect your family. Right? Emotionally it might affect your family, but in all honesty, your family don't want to see you like that. The last memories of the last 3 people that died in my family were horrible. Absolutely horrible. And my family didn't win. My grandfather was completely sane and lost movement, started in his toe and worked its way up to his head. Right. It's not controversial. It becomes controversial when you try to put a band on it. When you try to tell me I can't. Piggies! Sorry, my guinea pigs are going crazy. Right, it doesn't become a controversial topic until somebody doesn't like what you're doing. Or somebody disagrees with you. That's any and everything. You know? Until something offends somebody, then it becomes controversial. You know? You shouldn't have the right to tell me. You know, the governor or mayors shouldn't have the right to tell me when I can die or when or where or how I have to die. You know? But you'll tell me to take this medicine, that's another thing. People can't afford some stuff, You want to keep me alive. I can't afford my medication. You don't want to pay for it. But you don't want me here, but you don't want me to go either, Because they're banking off of, medical assistance and stuff like that. When your mortality means more to somebody because of financial stuff, right. People and media make it controversial. Make it a controversial thing because let me tell you my view of why they do this. When you divide, you can conquer. When you're pushing something, I don't trust anybody. Nobody, nothing. People been getting vaccines for years. When I was little, there was no varicella vaccine. Varicella is chickenpox. There was no varicella vaccine. You got the chickenpox, you built up immunities, ta-da, you're done. I was a carrier of chickenpox. I almost killed my uncle. He was older. This is after I already had chickenpox. He was around me, got chickenpox, almost killed him. He was like 22. Now there's a vaccine for chickenpox. There's rules. Now there's a vaccine for chickenpox. There's rules and stuff like that if something's against your religion or this and this, you don't have to get it. Right. Making something controversial is beneficial for somebody. And that's why they do it. It's beneficial, and they break up the unity. They do it with politics. They do it with the vaccine, they do it with race, religion, everything, I am 40 years old, and I've right now. What? Hold on one second. Well, that's the thing. Sorry. My husband's cousin, the dog. But that's the thing. It's not your right, though. As the whole thing, they're saying it's not your right to choose that. So then what do you do? What do you do? You know? If it's not your right. I am DNR. Do not resuscitate. That's my right. You know, I can do that, but I can't choose when it's time to go. I guess. I don't know. I think you should be able to choose if you want. Especially, like my grandfather, if he could move his arms and stuff. Oh, goodness. A lot of kidnapping. A whole lot of kidnapping. 2 streets from my mother, a little 9-year-old girl. Look, you're gonna get me off a topic. Yes, a whole lot of kidnapping. Oh, I forgot what I was talking about. See? Oh, that's the thing. You don't have that right. And that's where I have an issue. I don't care if you don't agree with it. I don't care if you don't like what I do. I don't care. But it shouldn't be illegal because you don't like what I do. You know, I don't think it should be illegal. And that's the whole thing. It becomes controversial when it comes to law. Because, like I said, I don't care. You know, I don't even know this person. Why would I care what they do? But apparently, nobody wants to. Right. That's the thing. You're not dealing with the pain. You don't know what I feel. So why do you get to say what I can do? Why do you get to say what I can do? You know, like that person is in excruciating pain, can't move. That's no way of life. I don't want to be a shell inside my own head, or, you know, just where I can hear my thoughts. I can't talk, I can't move, I can't, nothing. I watched my grandfather do that. One day he can walk, and then 4 months later, couldn't move at all. At all. He was just basically, but he was in his right mind. And I think he should have had the choice. He should have been able to choose whether to go, because I know he would have, because my grandfather, no, oh my God, towards the end, he started saying, you know, do what you want, Brandy. Eat whatever you want. Look, I got healthy, I did this, I did this, and look, you never know what's gonna happen. Just do what you want, you know. And the day he was supposed to move to my mother's is the night he passed away. He didn't want to be a burden to my mother. He didn't want to deal, you know, he didn't want her to have to deal with that. My mother is 4 foot, 4'11", 100 pounds soaking wet. And she would pick up this man and carry him to the bathroom and stuff like that. Number one, that's her father. That's embarrassing. It just broke him down as a man. Number two, nobody wants somebody else wiping their ass. Nobody. No, I don't want my kids to have to do that, because then they end up hating you or just treating you like crap. You know, not because they want to, but because they can't live their life, because now they have to take care of you for 90 years while you're just nothing, while you're just a shell. You know? I don't want that for my kids. I don't want that for my brother. I don't want that for anybody. I don't want that for myself. Right, and that's the thing. There's a point when you, as a family member, become selfish. You know, I believe that, like with animals, people don't want to get their dogs put to sleep because they'll miss them and this, but your dog is in pain, dying miserably. That's inhumane. That's not good. It's not right, you know? You have to just, and they're gonna die. So you prolonged it for 24 hours, 48 hours. If a machine has to, I can make decisions, but Right, and that's the thing. If a machine has to keep me alive, if a machine has to breathe for me, or make my heart beat, or send waves to my brain, that's not living. It's not, And why keep me here? Why try to keep me here? So you don't miss me, It's gonna happen. It's inevitable. Prolonging something for 3 weeks or 3 days, what is that doing? What is it solving? So you can write natural causes, or right now, if you die from anything, it's COVID. So right, and then bills get, the longer you keep me alive, the more bills that are going to accumulate. Right, and people get like that with their kids and stuff too. Nobody wants to lose somebody. It's painful. Nobody wants to deal with that point when that person is no longer here, because after that person goes, they don't exist here on earth anymore. They're just a memory here. And people don't want that. People don't want that for their loved ones. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. I get emotional sometimes. Right, 10 seconds. That's not your dad anymore. Just like my husband's father, that wasn't his dad anymore. That was his dad's shell, It's not your family member anymore. That was it. Your family member's physical appearance, but that's not your family member's pin code, Once the body can't function by itself, I believe, I don't even want to say that, because people have been in comas and stuff like that and came back. But there's a difference when you're 100% brain dead, or you have, some brain function, or your heart's still beating. Like, if you're just complete flatline, gone, and something's like pressing your lungs up and down, and you're gone, your soul is gone. Your soul, when your brain stopped and your heart stopped,
completely for so long, and there's a point of no return that, you know, I believe you're already gone. And you can see the life leave somebody's body. Just a look in their face, like, it's sad that I know that, but you can see when somebody's not there anymore. You know, I've seen it more than once. That's one of the reasons I had to stop working in geriatrics. I couldn't deal with the death. Then I went to pediatrics, and then I don't know which one was worse, the death of babies or the death of old people. Well, definitely babies. But emotionally, death all around. It's sad to me. I can't deal with it at all. Like, I don't know. I'm not good with death. Like, I think you should still be able to choose, but I'm not good with dealing with it. After the after effects. Yeah. Yes, words at the end will stick with you. Even if they weren't meant. Like, yeah, even if it was out of anger or something like that, that sticks to people. You know, and sometimes it's not even something that hurtful, but that's what you'll remember forever. Like my grandparents. My grandfather's been dead for 18 years, and my grandmother's been dead for five or six. And I'm still messed up about it. But there's only one thing in this world you're promised from the day you're born, is that you're gonna die. So, it's the only thing promised. You know? Some just a little bit sooner than others, I guess. And there's no preparation. It still hurts regardless. You know, no matter what, you can prepare yourself forever. It's still going to hurt. Emotionally, you know? Whether it's a sudden death or it's a death that you know it's coming. It's gonna hurt regardless. Losing somebody hurts. But why make that person suffer because you don't want to hurt? Why make them hurt because you don't want to hurt? Especially when it's going to happen, you know, 3 days, 3 months later, 3 weeks, you know? That's another thing. Your wife or husband can decide to pull the plug, but you, your own person, can't decide to call it quits. That's another thing I don't understand. If my husband gets into a car accident, it's on a bunch of machines, I can say, if he's brain dead and everything, I can say, pull the plug. Right. I don't want to have to beg you to take my life. I should be able to take my own life in that situation. You know? Not really take my own. Well, yeah. My life's already ending. You know, I'm already terminally ill. Cancer or ALS or another terminal disease is taking my life. Why should I let it win? I should be able to choose. It shouldn't be able to choose the day I die. You know? I think I should be able to choose yes, I will send you emails. Well, I will write an email when I get off the air. I have four eggs actually. So, but yeah, that's the whole thing. You know, why should you be able to choose, to be able to do, you know, to pick that for me? I don't know. And like I said, you have to undergo evaluation. It's not like they just give it to anybody. You can't get cancer today and receive the pill tomorrow. It's a whole process. You know, it's a whole process you undergo. You know, like I said, mental evaluation, physical evaluation, just all kinds of stuff. You know, it's pretty thorough. I am too. I believe if a doctor says there's no help for you, there's no help for you, and it's just gonna get worse, and it's gonna get worse. Before it gets that way, before it gets that way, I should be able to make that choice. You know, but yes, you have to be in your sound mind. You have to be, you know, able to make decisions for yourself. Nobody else can make that decision either. Like, my brother can't make that decision for me. My mom can't make the decision for me. It's to get these pills. You physically have to be able to complete this process by yourself. You know, you physically have to be able, and you know, right, sound, mind, and body to qualify. You know, but I guess if somebody else does it to you or for you, it's murder. But yeah. You know, like the notes that me and my brother have, I guess it's technically murder. Because I don't know, if something happens to me and I don't want to live like that. I do not. Me and my brother are pretty agreeable in a lot of subjects. So I guess it's just how we were raised, but yeah. Yeah, after dealing with that with my grandfather, I was 21 and 7 months pregnant with my daughter. My brother was like 15 or 16. Yeah, it was not good. And I couldn't even do anything to help because I was so pregnant, so far along. But I would go there every day and just lay on the couch and fall asleep. But I was there. You know what I mean? I was there. Talk to, do a puzzle, make him a bowl of soup and feed him. I just couldn't lift him or anything like that, you know. One time he fell out of the recliner, got rug burn with his face, and had to lay like that for hours until my mom got there at 4 o'clock in the morning when she got off work. Because the phone fell out of his lap and he couldn't reach it. And his muscles were deteriorated, so he had to lay there. He had rug burn on his chin and his cheek. And had to lay there for hours. Imagine how that felt. You know? Yeah. And it started in his toe. His big toe. He came over for Thanksgiving. And he couldn't move his big toe, felt weird. And it went from his toes, up his legs, up, you know, all the way up to his neck, to his, you know. And it moved pretty fast through him, because by the end of April, he passed away. April 2nd was his funeral, so he passed away on the 31st of May. And some people live with it way longer than that, but I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, because there's some people that have ALS that live for a long time. I mean, there's still, it just moves slower through their body, I guess. The thing is with ALS, they don't know anything about it. You know? They don't know if it's hereditary, they don't know. It changes every day. They say mainly males over 50 get it, but I've seen women, I've seen younger people have it. They say it's hereditary, they say it's not hereditary, but every other generation in my family had it. It's so unresearched, I guess. You know? And I guess it's so unresearched because it's not, I guess, I mean, I don't want to say it's not common, because tell that to somebody who's got it, or somebody whose family member has it, that the research, you know, they shouldn't research it because it's not that common. But, yeah, it's one of the less diseases you really hear about. You're up for all the incurable illnesses. Yeah, me too, pretty much. It's either going to be me or my brother with ALS. I pray that it is me or my brother and not my kids or my nephew. You know, if I'd rather be me or my brother than my kids or my nephew. But or if I don't want to see my kids go through that. I don't think I could. I don't think I would be able to. My kids, they probably put a pillow over my head. Especially my son. He'd probably suffocate me. I wouldn't have to go to the doctors. What is this guinea pig doing? Yeah, I wouldn't have to go to the doctors. And we're not a very religious family. I mean, we believe in God. We don't go to church like every Sunday or anything like that. But my kids say that my son says his prayers every night. Even if he's not home and he's staying somewhere else, he'll call to say his prayers. And I think this is not even have to do with religion, though. I think God would understand, you know? Right, I think God would understand. You know? A little bit, I think he would understand a little bit better than if I just went out and hung myself from a tree. For no reason. For no reason, you know? Guys, I have to hop up here for like 5 minutes as my husband calling me to go clean up the dog stuff. I'm gonna leave it up. You can get in and out if you want. Just give me. I'll be as fast as possible before he starts yelling for me again. So, I'll be right back, guys.
Hello. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm a horrible host. Thank you, though. Thank you. I appreciate. I greatly appreciate it. I've got tissue in here. Oh my goodness. many people in here believe in mediums? Yes, I always go to bed late. I am nocturnal. I'm spoiled. Oops. Believe in what? A medium, a psychic medium, like someone that speaks to people that cross over to the other side. Like I don't know, like I don't want to say like a fortune teller because I'm not a fortune teller. But somebody who claims that they can communicate with people who are no longer physically here on this earth. But if you believe in psychic mediums or people who can speak to people that have crossed over, then press 1 in chat. If you do not believe in them at all, just press 1. That way I can do it that way. And when I get off of here, I can play around with it. I hope Joshua's keeping us busy. Joshua, that's your job for tomorrow. Your job is to find where the tools are. Oh my goodness. I can't find me at all. Oh my god, I hope I don't have to start all the way over, guys. Because I do not know what I'm doing. This is why I have Joshua. Joshua is my personal database. Keeps everything running smooth.